Hey guys, Bryson here, and welcome to the Tommy Bryson Show. And today, I'm actually in a very good mood, okay? I came from the gym, I'm pretty happy, and now I'm about to watch a video and react to it about this 27-year-old woman actually making $52K and how she goes ahead and spends her money, okay? I'm always happy to see exactly what people do with their money, not to judge, but to just give very friendly, aggressive advice. Usually, okay? But let's watch this video. If you guys are new here, I post videos every single day. On top of that, also subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified, and also destroy the like button. That's the only way I know you like these videos, and that way I keep making them. Now, without further ado, let's see how this 27-year-old is spending all of her money.
I'm 27 years old. I work at a nonprofit in Washington, D.C.
By the way, nonprofits, well, some of them actually can get you off of your student loan debt. So if you work for a nonprofit, the right one, they can say, hey, in 10 years, you'll be student loan debt free. Consider that too, guys.
I make $52,000 a year, and my husband is a government contractor and makes $93,000 a year.
By the way, that is a lot of money. Like, put together, they make a lot of money, okay? It's like a household. Yes, I know it's like her money, whatever, but in reality, like, once you're married, it's like, it's not your money and my money. It's like, it's our money. It's like a household, right? So this is interesting. Now this got very interesting.
We live in Arlington, Virginia, just across the river from Washington, D.C.
Arlington, Virginia. I'm guessing she doesn't live in D.C. because it's basically so expensive. I'm guessing that's why. By the way, this house looks amazing. Very modern. Look at those knives. It's so clean. I feel like if I ever did one of these shows, I would have to clean my whole house. Because my house never, ever looks like this. But it should, guys. It should. It should. It should. All right, so I'm guessing they're giving us like a whole tour of the whole house. All right, I came here to find out how she spends money, but I'm guessing I'm getting a whole tour of this apartment. Okay.
We lived in this apartment for just over 6 months. It's 2 bedrooms and 1,400 square feet. Our base rent
that is actually pretty big, right? 1,400 square feet. It's pretty big.
is $3,300, which we split.
Wow, that is a lot of money. $3,300. I don't get the whole split thing, right? It's not really like a split thing. It's like we pay that because we're like living together, right? You're my husband.
My husband and I pay $2,300, and then our roommate, my brother-in-law, pays $1,000.
Oh, wow. So they're married, but they also have a roommate. You know, very complicated, right? Like, what do you guys want to do that? Like, get married and have like a roommate? I don't really want to do that. You know, it's not really my vibe, but it seems to be their vibe, and that's fine. Like, whatever you're into, it's fine. Just not my vibe.
It's definitely a bit bigger than we need, but we love having an end unit with lots of light. It's amazing coming in here in the morning. And
by the way, that furniture, man, that furniture, $50 for a chair, $50 for a light, $229 for that table. It's expensive stuff. I'm sorry, okay? It's expensive stuff. I'm always curious, like, when I move out of here, man, like, how the well, heck, sorry guys, I'm gonna keep things PG here. How the heck am I supposed to like design a house, man? I'm thinking about Craigslist and like online, but I'm not gonna spend like thousands of dollars on furniture, guys. It's just not what I want to do.
Having light throughout the entire day. It's also really quiet, which we love. I typically wake up at
I love quiet too.
6 a.m. and I shower and I get dressed and I get.
By the way, they're gonna show us every single product in their house and how much it costs. I was just expecting like, hey, here's how much I spend every month, but I'm guessing we're getting like the full details to everything. Ever curls? Why does that cost $7? Gosh! And by the way, I used to think Head & Shoulders were really good, like Head & Shoulders, like the whole shampoo. It turns out it's not that good. People say that, but I'm not sure. I want to be educated. If you know something I don't know, let me know.
Get ready for the day.
Those are expensive toothbrush. $25 for those toothbrush. Expensive stuff. $25 for bare vitamins, bro? By the way, vitamins are just supplements, right? Usually, so you can probably just get those from like Healthy Eating. All right, this is looking like it's gonna be expensive, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't do a ton of shopping. I probably spend maybe $400 to $500 a year on clothes.
That's not that bad. Like for their income, they make like around, what is it, like $150? That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Because I know I need to be saving for student loans to pay those off, and it's just not.
What is that? What costs $40? The base? The thing? That costs $40? No way, Jose.
As much of a priority right now.
Bro, they're showing us everything she has. Like, everything she has, they're showing us. Oh my gosh. women spend so much money on makeup, you know? It's like the equivalent of guys spending money, for example, like on games or like systems or like sneakers and stuff like that. But women love makeup, man. And not all women, of course, but makeup is expensive. Like the really high quality stuff, like those brushes can go for like $200, you know? If you really want the fancy stuff, it's expensive stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's not cheap.
By 6:45, we're in the kitchen making breakfast and coffee.
$140 for that coffee machine, man. You know something? I'm not mad about it. You know why? Because basically it's better than going to Starbucks every single day. So it's an investment in a way that you don't need, but you have, okay? I'm not mad about it.
We usually go grocery shopping once a week for all our food. We typically spend $120 to $150 a week on groceries.
Oh, so like we're talking about like $480. $480 every month on groceries. But then again, is the roommate paying for this also? Is he not paying for this? How does this work? Because is this, for example, like a brother-in-law? So he's like also part of the family. Interesting. Two people spending $400. I do think that is on the higher end of things. I think like $250, $300 would be more appropriate. Just saying. But then again, they make a lot of money too. So let's keep that in mind, okay? So it's okay because they have so much money and income.
And we pay for that with our joint credit card, and then that's paid off by the end of the month with our joint check.
Ooh, the credit score is 813. Pretty nice. And by the way, I like that they have, for example, like a joint credit card, also like a joint bank account. I like that again. It means like they're united on their money. And by the way, am I against using your credit card? The answer is yeah, usually. But I don't mind having like a small bill on it and pay it off to like maintain the credit score. But in reality, you don't need a credit score because usually you can just get manual underwriting to go ahead and buy a house and basically still get the great rates. So it's kind of like cool, but it's not really that cool. Okay, I'm just being honest.
Account. We each put a percentage of our income into the joint checking account.
Okay, so it sounds like they have a joint account, but they're also separate. And you know, when I got married, guys, there is no separate thing. You know, it's like all the money is just in one place. We're invested together, like we're one unit. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the whole like I have my money here, I have my money here, and then we have, for example, one account together. I'm not a big fan of that at all. I'm just being honest.
We have a joint savings account, and
And by the way, you know, I read it a long time ago by Charlie Munger. I don't know if it was a speech, something like that. He said, if you gotta marry someone that you gotta sign like a whole bunch of contracts with, maybe just don't marry them, right? Like the whole, like a lot of prenuptial agreements and all that stuff, like it's insane. So just make the right choice when it comes to that stuff. You gotta make sure it checks out like 100%.
We also have personal savings accounts. We have $12,000 in our joint savings account. In my personal savings account, I have $750.
Interesting. Wow, where's all her money at, bro? Remember, she makes $52,000, like, and they like kind of like act separate in a little bit, right? Where's all her money at? Is it like in investments? And by the way, $12K is not a lot at all, right? Because that's like basically like 2 months, like actually no, it's like 3 months almost, like of like all their expenses together, because they do have their rent is like 22 something hundred. And like, yeah, it's like 3 months. Not that bad at all, but I would want to like bump it up to like 6 months, man, because they make a lot of money. So I want to know where the money's going.
I have $4,700 in my Roth IRA, and I have about $700 in my 401k.
Yeah, she's not doing a lot of investing here, guys. I'm just being honest, okay? If I'm making, again, just to put this in perspective, okay, guys, this is why you have to build things together, right? Together. If you make $50,000 a year, right, divided by 12, that's around $4,000. She has the equivalent of just 1 month in her Roth, okay? And also in a 401k, only $700. She's not investing that much money at all. I'm just being honest. You want to bump that up. And you want to stop playing like separate buddies and stuff like that. Like join things together and start maxing out all those accounts. Very important. Max the heck out of them.
I also have about $11,000 in stocks I personally own.
Interesting. Interesting. You know, the thing is, like, if you're picking stocks here and there, you guys know my take on this stuff, right? If you're picking stocks, make sure you know what you're doing, right? And to do that, you gotta kind of do that full time. Usually people are just like guessing and speculating. Putting $11,000 into the stock market and you don't know what you're doing is very risky. I would probably just max out my Roth, max out my 401k, like the match and so on, and then like use 10% to like have fun with the stock market and picking stocks here and there. But I'm not happy at all with this, honestly.
Our goal is to put in $500 per month into our joint savings, but sometimes our wedding or travel can change that number a little bit.
Our wedding, and so they haven't gotten married? I thought they're her husband. I don't get it. I'm so confused. She said our wedding and travel plans to get into. No, it's like, I'm confused, guys. Are we confused too? Like, are you confused too? Like, let me know here, because I'm confused.
We both have student loan debt. I have about $28,000 and my husband has $5,000.
By the way, here's the thing, right? People, I used to not like this when Dave used to say this, like Dave Ramsey. He would just be like, oh, Tommy, people keep debt around like it's like a pet. The answer is yes, right? My first priority would be, hey, let's take down all this debt and be done with it and act, for example, as a united front. Okay, honey, the debt is gone in like 2-3 months. All right, gone. Now we can go ahead and focus on building a full-blown emergency fund account with like 3 to 6 months in there. All right, great. That's taken care of. Now let's focus on basically investing a ton of money and also buying a home. But I don't get it. I don't get it. But I get it, you know, because it's not like common knowledge either. But that's just my advice here. It's not to judge anybody, but it's basically just say, hey, there's a different way to do this.
My student loan bill is currently about $379 a month, but I always try to pay more than the minimum.
Yeah, you should try to combine your income with your husband and pay that off together because you guys are one.
My husband and I are really into coffee. We typically make a pour over before we head off to work.
By the way, am I mad about like coffee and stuff like that? The answer is, if you make a certain amount of money, it's okay to enjoy life, you know? Like, I love like having like a protein shake in the morning. I like strawberries. I like bananas. I buy those things, right? So yeah, it's okay to spend money on things. It's just like as long as like you're investing and you're taking care of things, but being in debt, not really investing that much and kind of like rolling around separate, I don't like that. By the way, do you guys drink coffee? Do you guys drink coffee? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't drink coffee. I used to when I was like a kid. Sounds weird, right? When I was a kid, like I used to like drink it like maybe like once every 6 months whenever I used to sneak in some, because like a big thing in my culture. But I don't drink coffee at all, man. I just don't like to kind of have my body attached to something and saying like, hey, I can't get started until I have like this little pump in me. I don't like it. So that's why I don't drink coffee. And by the way, the crazy thing about coffee is basically when people try to get off of coffee, they get headaches. So they become kind of in a way like they have to have it. I don't want that.
We love trying new coffee roasters. We like to go out on the weekends and go cycling to
Those are some nice bikes. I wonder how much it costs. I wonder if they tell us how much those bikes cost.
check out new local roasters. We really love.
Wow, $2,800 and $1,600 on these bikes. Again, is it okay? The answer is, if you can afford it, it's fine. But priorities, right? You don't invest any money, like barely, and on top of that, you're not really like taking care of the debt, right? So that's why I'm not that happy with this stuff, man.
Cycling, it's a big part of our lives.
Helmets, man. Put on the helmet. Helmet.
For breakfast, we usually have toast with peanut butter and cinnamon. We typically eat pretty healthy because my husband.
Oh, I never had cinnamon with my peanut butter. Have you guys ever done that? I never had that at all. This sounds interesting though, right? Sounds like pretty good.
My husband has type 1 diabetes.
Oh, wow. Her husband has type 1 diabetes, so they got to be careful. And they shop at Whole Foods. Whole Foods is like 30% more expensive than the average like groceries, even though it's like the same products. Usually, what's it called, like Walmart would be like less expensive and it's the same product. So you would usually want to shop at Walmart. It's cheaper. But like what's it called, Whole Foods is so expensive, man. I did some research on that stuff. It's not what you think it is.
We cook dinner every night, and I bring leftovers for lunch. I also bring yogurt.
I'm gonna try that, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna, like, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm gonna go try this whole thing with the peanut butter stuff.
Fruit and some nuts and granola to snack on at work.
I love granola. I love it. Granola's my thing, man. That's my vibe.
Traveling is really important to us. We like to go on at least one big trip a year, as well as smaller weekend trips to visit family and friends.
My fiance is the same way. Like, she wants to travel, and I made the same agreement. Like, yeah, it's okay. We can go like on one trip a year. Like, not a month, not a month at all, but like on a year basis, like, you know, like, and we plan for it, we save for it. But again, like, we got to get rid of all this debt first. You know what I'm saying? We got to be investing first. And then whatever's left over, we can use for these trips. Okay. But it's a fatal flaw of priorities here.
We don't have a set amount for trips, but we try to save money when we can by staying with friends and family.
Interesting.
We had one big trip earlier this year that was about $2,300, and we had another trip this summer that was about $4,500.
Hawaii, $4,500, $23. Again, guys, okay? They make a lot of money, and it's basically like once a year they actually do. I don't care about that. My point is, like, get rid of the debt. You know, focus on buying a home, owning a home. Get rid of, like, basically just like, stop trying to play this game, right? Like the whole like debt game, all that. Just like get rid of all the things that you know you're gonna have to pay for, like a house. Buy one of those, okay? Get rid of all the debt. Save for emergencies. Keep investing, and then you'll still have a lot of money to go out there and have fun too. It's like the whole thing. It's like a balance.
I try to leave for work by 6:50.
$170 for what? Oh, the what's it called? What's that thing called? I had one of those guys. The Apple Watch.
And I always listen to podcasts on the way in. I run home from work, so I pack.
People love podcasts these days. I'm thinking about starting a podcast also.
My running clothes and gear.
I love that this family or this couple is so healthy. It's pretty cool, man. Keep running. Stay healthy.
I walk to work in my running shoes, and I have shoes in my office that I change into when I get.
Very effective. And by the way, these shoes are $90, but am I mad about this? The answer is no. Shoes like this last a long time. So I'm not mad about it at all.
There. My brother-in-law/roommate has a car that he'll let us use on the weekends. We typically use it for grocery shopping, and we chip in about $20 per month for gas, unless.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So they don't own a car, but they use it on the weekends. I like that. I'm not that mad about it.
We take it for a trip on the weekend, then we'll pay for the gas for the whole trip. I think it's hard because there's some friends that are.
I think it's so interesting how they never show the faces on this glamour channel. I actually like it. I like that it's not about the person, but it's more about what they do. I think that's pretty cool.
Very well established. It seems, at least from the outside, they have a house, you know, they don't seem to have any major debts. And then I have other friends that are still in school, still finishing.
Wait, so do they have a house or are they paying rent? Guys, I'm so confused with this language she's using.
And stuff still kind of breaking into adulthood. And so they seem a bit more shaky, or they definitely still have debt, like student loans and things like that. So I feel like I'm in the middle between the two.
Yeah, so overall, guys, here's what this sounds like to me, man. This sounds like a couple, a power couple, because they both have great incomes. They both seem to be very healthy, and both seem to be in love in some way. I don't really get that much out of that stuff, but in reality, it seems like they're in sync, right? But they're not fully in sync, because basically, it's kind of like, hey, we pay the bills together, but we don't usually use our income as a together thing. My advice is this, okay? What I'm going to do is this. What I follow from people that are more successful than I am is basically combine the incomes in total, right? Combine it. It's kind of like saying, hey, you know what? We're on this boat. I'm going to row my own way and you row whenever you want to. No, like, let's be a team. Let's row together. It's going to be a lot faster to get where we're going to go. So grab that money, pay off the debt. Focus on basically buying a home you can actually afford. Build an emergency fund completely and invest in a lot more money. You either are, for example, an investor, like stock picker, or for example, you're gonna be, for example, more passive and just basically investing into index funds. But you gotta pick and you gotta start investing today. That's the whole idea. But this family right here, this couple, in a year, their life could be completely different because basically they make so much money. But overall, I like it. It's pretty cool. Comment down below, let me know. Am I freaking out here? And should I try that whole cinnamon and peanut butter thing? I'm still freaking out about that, okay? Comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. And if you guys want to text me, well, join me on Patreon, link down below, or send me a DM on Instagram at Bryson. If you guys want to watch another video, here's that video right here, and click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, peace.